Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another Warzone video on the channel. In today's video, we're touching up on how you guys can increase your amount of accuracy by applying better recoil control. This is specifically on console, guys, but this works for anything. Okay, this is PC, console, any console you guys play on, any controller you guys use, or keyboard and mouse. All these tips are going to help all of you guys. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy these kind of videos, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and post notifications so you guys don't miss any more videos like this on the channel. And with that being said, I'll go ahead and go into the first tips. So recoil control, guys, is really simple. All you want to do is just hold down your right joystick. I know this sounds really simple and it's probably oversimplified for a lot of you guys, but trust me, there's all there really is to it. There really is no special secret sauce about it. Something really strange like the Fennec. I know this is not really a widely used gun, so I want to use this as an example to show you guys can control any recoil for any gun. If I was to just shoot this without holding down the joystick, it will go quite crazy. As you guys can see, it has a pretty wild recoil pattern. But if I was to apply recoil control to this by holding down the right joystick as I'm shooting it, as you guys can see, it has a much tighter bullet spread, therefore much more accurate. And this is a base Fennec, guys. There's no attachments on this, and I am able to still, be very accurate. As you guys see, I basically hit all the shots within this target, almost. Some of them did go outside, but like I said, it's a base Fennec. You're not going to be that accurate with it, but trust me, you can be a lot more accurate if you really use the AUG, which is actually a pretty low recoil gun by default. It's going to be much easier to control the recoil, guys. So as you guys can see, obviously it does depend on what gun you're using. If you're using a very high recoil gun, it's going to be harder, but if you're using a gun like this that has a low amount of recoil by default, then it is going to be much easier. And that's basically all there is to it, guys. Now before we actually move on to the next tip, I do want to say that every gun has its own unique recoil pattern. The Fennec lets it go basically straight up. It has a very vertical recoil pattern, so you don't have to worry too much about that. All you really have to worry about is just pulling straight down, and you're going to basically control the kick of this gun. Whereas there's other guns in the game that like to go off to a different area. As you guys can see, this one kind of goes up and to the right slightly, so in order to combat that, you want to pull down and to the left, and that's going to give it the exact opposition it needs to make it to where it just shoots completely straight. Obviously my shot is not completely straight because I'm not perfect, and I actually don't really use the AUG that much, but as you guys can see, it's still pretty accurate. Even just applying just new recoil pattern recognition, even on guns that you don't use that much, you're still going to be able to apply a really good recoil control on them. So let's try out a gun like the Scar, which is a pretty high recoil gun. I think most players in Warzone can agree with that, especially the base version that has absolutely no attachments. But for the Scar H, this has quite a bit of recoil. It likes to go up to I switched it to single fire, whoops. It likes to go up to the right, which is a very unique recoil pattern. As you guys can see, it just goes straightly horizontal to the right. It's very unpredictable, some would say, but if you guys are trying to control that, like I said, you want to pull it down and to the left, and that's going to make it to where this thing shoots basically completely straight. There's actually a lot of guns in Warzone, specifically Modern Warfare guns, that actually have this same recoil pattern. They like to go up and to the right or up and to the left. They don't really do weird zigzags in their recoil pattern, unlike some Cold War guns that do that a lot. If I'll do that again, just show you guys one more time, the recoil pattern is much more tighter compared to the one that I'm just not doing anything, just letting it go. It goes right up, the exact same pattern up to the right, and therefore it's pretty uncontrollable. So if you guys just exactly copy the recoil pattern and apply the opposite of whatever movement it's doing, you're always going to shoot your gun straight no matter what gun it is. It doesn't matter if it's a really high recoil gun. Obviously, the high recoil guns are going to be harder to control, but you can still control it really well. So that's basically it when it comes to the recoil control part. I do want to touch up on another tip about tracking. But before we touch upon that, I want to show you guys the difference between using a low recoil gun versus a high recoil gun. If I was to pull up my M4 build right here, let me just get my ammo back. I'm definitely not about to shoot this box or anything, but the M4, as you guys probably already know, is a really low recoil gun by default, and especially with all the attachments, is actually like a god build right here. If I apply no recoil control to this, it is pretty simple to control. Like, look at this, it doesn't move. This is just another one of those guns that just has no recoil control. It's very easy to control it, so you guys can probably see why I'm able to control recoil like this, because a lot of the people in my comment sections are saying that I'm cheating or I'm using some sort of Cronus Max. Guys, I can assure you that I'm not using any of those things. If you guys do the exact same thing I'm doing, I promise you're going to shoot probably straighter than me. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times I don't be shooting that straight. But for a gun like this, which is a really good build, obviously this would be like a gun in your loadout. If you were to use this and I was to aim at that, as you guys see, it's super simple, guys. It's nothing. I mean, yes, this gun does have recoil. If I was to not apply any recoil control, it would go, you know, kind of up the wall a bit, you know what I'm saying? Like most guns, it actually has a very similar recoil pattern as the other ones. Like I said before, a lot of Modern Warfare guns have that same recoil pattern where they like to go up and to the right, but not this. When you actually hold down, you know, your recoil, it's going to control it much better. Same with the MP7. This is actually a really low recoil build as well, a really good one. If I was to apply no recoil, it likes to go up to the right. Same as other Modern Warfare guns. Like I said, most Modern Warfare guns go up to the right. If I was to apply recoil control to this, it's much better. The MP7 is actually one of the lowest recoil SMGs on Modern Warfare, so yeah, it's gonna have a lot of control. I'm basically hitting almost all of my shots inside there from this range, which is kind of crazy. This is like slightly smaller than someone's head. I have no aim assist on this, obviously, because it's not a person, and I'm shooting from like about here, right? So I'm definitely not missing that many shots for that much range and for a target that has no aim assist. But yeah, guys, that's basically it when it comes to recoil control. If you guys enjoyed these tips and enjoy these kind of videos, be sure to drop a like if you guys haven't already. Subscribe if you guys haven't already as well, and post notifications so you guys don't miss any more videos on the channel. And let me know if there's actually any other videos you guys want to see of me breaking down certain mechanics and tips for you guys to allow you guys to become much better in the game. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.